because you can see an estimate of your savings, how much money you would have been paying if you were using a paid API key. It's very fast. It used OpenRouter to respond to my question. I genuinely think this is one of the smartest AI infrastructure projects I've seen lately. Is this thing on? What's up, my gorgeous friends on the internet? It's a beautiful Saturday morning. I just woke up. It's 9 a.m. and I was just about getting ready to head out for a run. But I thought you guys might want to see this one. Lately, I stumbled on a very rare gem. And to be honest, if you have ever built an AI-powered application, you already know how expensive things get, especially when you are testing projects, trying different models, or just building side projects. Now, hear me out. I think I might have just found the smartest AI project on the internet. So basically, someone realized that almost every AI company out there gives developers some kind of free API tier, right? We all know this. Gemini, Groq, OpenRouter, most of these big AI corporations. So basically what we would normally do is we would sign up to one of these providers like Gemini, Groq, OpenRouter, and use only that specific provider. Instead of using one specific provider, they built a self-hosted OpenAI-compatible proxy that automatically routes your requests between which provider still has tokens left. Meaning you use one API key while the system intelligently switches between the multiple AI providers in the background. Think of this as OpenRouter, but for routing API requests to free tier providers out there. And today we are going to set it up together and try it out. I am so excited about this. I have already set up this project locally for the sake of trying it out first before making this video, but I'm going to show you step by step how to set it up and have it running locally on your computer. And before we hop into today's video, if you're new to this channel, hey, you're welcome. I'm Code with Bro and you're watching Code with Bro. On this channel, we talk about AI, ML, tools, and how you can use AI to improve your productivity. We equally talk about AI news and everything in between. We work on projects and share our progress. So if this sounds like something you would like or you would like to see, please smash that like button, switch on the notification bell so you won't miss a video from us. Now back to the video. So here is the project. The project is called Free LLM API, and I'm gonna add the link to this project down in the description below. So in essence, like I mentioned, it's one key, 1 billion free tokens every single month. And the project is honestly very promising, if you ask my opinion. The setup process is rather straightforward. Hit the commands and download and install it on your local computer. But generally, when I see these projects, I just prefer to go directly to the GitHub, because there I can easily, see if there are any issues or if I fall into any bugs while setting it up and everything in between. Now, before we continue with this video, I would like to give a huge shout out to the developer of this project, Tash Finn. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing your name well. I'm sorry for bullying your name if I'm not pronouncing it well. Huge shout out to you. An amazing tool. I really, really love it. Now, if we hit straight forward to the GitHub, we have the README here. We have the features and everything in between. We're not going to go specifically into the nitty gritties of every single feature in this video. We're just going to head straight forward to the installation. Now, I'm going to add a link to this repository and a link to this project into the description of this video, so you can directly go to the repository and follow the installation process as well. Just copy the commands and everything in between. Just a side note, guys, we are going to be launching our podcast on this channel. We're going to be inviting guests in the field talking about AI, ML, and the state of artificial intelligence as we move forward. Now, if this sounds like it is interesting to you, please subscribe. Now, the fact that we're setting this project locally on our computer doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot set this up on your VPS or something similar to that. And for the prerequisites, you need Node 20 plus an NPM installed locally on your system. Now, we're going to clone the repository here. So you just copy the link right here and hit straight forward to a directory on your computer and paste the link. You hit enter, you clone the repository. And for me specifically, I have already cloned this repository like I mentioned. So once I type ls here, so after cloning the repository, you just need to cd into that directory. And if you type ls there, you should be able to see every single file in that repository. Now, since we are already in that repository, you need to type npm install right here and install the dependencies. Now, for me, I have already done that, so nothing really huge here is going to install. For you, it might take some time to install. Now, after the installation, this step is really crucial. The first time I did run this project, I did not follow the steps in the GitHub right here, because if you look at the website, like I said, I generally love to go to the GitHub because it gives me more flexibility in terms of knowing exactly which commands to type and which command not to type, right? Or know the sequence of typing the commands. So here you see it just basically tells you clone the repository, cd to the directory, and install the dependencies and run the server. But I did this, it didn't work, so I checked on the GitHub and saw this section right here. So this section is very important. You need to generate an encryption key for at-rest key storage, because remember, it gives you one API key that you can use to access all of the other API keys through, if that makes sense, of course. So you're going to copy this. So you just type this command, and basically what this does is it just copies the example env file and creates an env file for your local development, if I can put it that way. And if you're echoing this, you're just basically generating a key and echoing that key into the env file. That's just basically what you're doing there. And after running this command, you're going to hit npm run dev. And if you see here, if we type npm run dev here, we're going to start the development server. So now everything is running locally on my computer. I can just access to that on this specific link. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I had already set this up, so you might see a different screen after installation and running the development server. So everything here pretty much is going to be blank. And if you don't generate an encryption key, you're going to get errors. So please do generate an encryption key and follow the steps in the GitHub. Now, after doing that, you're going to have a menu here, Playground, where you can basically chat with your AI model here. And note that this is not using one specific AI model, it's using multiple. It has access to multiple API keys, so it can route your request to any of these models. That's just how it works, basically. Now, you have Playground, keys, fallback, analytics. So in the analytics here, I believe this is the page that shows you the API keys it tried to use. Maybe it failed to use some of them, and it falled back to the ones that actually has tokens for that specific month. Now, this is useful, to be honest, I think, because you can see an estimate of your savings, how much money you would have been paying if you were using a paid API key, if I can put it that way. The tokens, output tokens, success rate, average latency, and the number of requests here. Now, fallback here, basically you can see the various fallbacks, and to be honest, I don't really know what this specific section is all about, but I feel like it's a fallback as to how many tokens you have that month for each specific model distributed across the API keys. So yeah, I'm going to investigate more in this section. Now, the place we do want to look at immediately after installing this project is the keys section. Now, in the keys section, for you to be able to add an API key, you just go to that provider. For example, me, I went to Olama, I generated an API key. This is my API key here. Again, I'm going to revoke this API key after doing this, so don't even bother trying to use this API key. So you generate an API key, and then you come here, you select the provider for that one. For example, is Olama. You paste the API key here, and you add an optional label and add key. Now, for me, I have already generated an API key for these guys, for Groq, OpenRouter, and Olama. Now you can add other providers, of course. So there are various providers that you can add here. You can add Cloudflare, Workers, AI, GitHub Models, Mixtra, La Platform. You can add Cohere, Nvidia, NIM, or whatsoever providers. Essentially, the providers that give you free tokens every month. Once you have done that, you can click the little check option here, which says check. So once you click here, it's basically going to ping that API endpoint to check if it's actually connecting and working properly. Now, after setting all of this up, that's pretty much about it. You're done. What you need to do now is, if you are working locally, if you're building an AI project, the fun thing is it supports the OpenAI URL format, basically. So you just copy the base URL here, and you copy the endpoint here, and you have the API key. So this API key is what it gives you, which you can use in your AI application locally, and you have basically a huge amount of tokens each month. So that's essentially what it does. It's really fun, honestly. I haven't really built anything around this yet. I'm actually thinking of using this in some of my side projects, of course, and essentially connecting this to Obsidian or things like that. Do note that most of these models are running online. They are running on the cloud, so they're not running locally on your computer. So I do think that's an important point to know. Just copy the API key and then you use it in your application. And an interesting thing here is there is a playground. So if I come here and I type hi, how are you, and I hit enter, it's going to make an API request. And given that it's selected to, it's put on auto here, it's going to pick any of these models that is available on these providers that I have listed. So I have added API keys for Groq, Olama, and OpenRouter. So you see the amount of models that I have access to, and this is just so much amazing. You see the response time, it's very fast, and it used OpenRouter to respond to my question. And that's pretty much about it. This is just basically how it works. Now, one thing I really love about this project is it feels so illegal to use, because it basically aggregates all of this free tier from AI providers and gives you access to these awesome models. Now, are they going to be the fastest models out there or the smartest models out there? No, but at least it gives you a ground to build on side projects with. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I really love this, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to build with this. Again, I'm really excited about this project. I'm going to be building so much amazing stuff with this. And yeah, like I mentioned at the start of this video, I genuinely think this is one of the smartest AI infrastructure projects I've seen lately. Open source developers keep building insane tools like this, and I genuinely think that more projects like this are going to keep appearing as AI companies keep competing on free tiers. They keep competing, we keep enjoying. So that's pretty much about it about today's video. If you want more videos about hidden AI tools gem like this one and clever developer projects like this, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. This helps a lot. Smash that like button. And if you really do want to support us, hype this video so we can reach more people. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And before we hop into today's cut, and fucking hell, this is crazy. How many takes? How long is this going to take? How many takes have I taken already? Just, oh my God, this is crazy. Okay, anyways. And before we hop into today's, come on. If you're new to this channel, cut. Why is this so hard? Why is this phrase so hard? Cut. And before we hop into today's video, on this channel, we talk about tech, AI, ML. If you do like this video, please smash that like button so this video can reach more people. Finally.